Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday, and I hope you are all having a fabulous weekend so far and will enjoy whatever is left of it when you are watching this video. So my name is Sharon. If you are new here, it is lovely to have you along, and it's that time of the month again where I do my regular month end roundup. So that's where I have a look at everything that I have spent throughout the month of October. And boy, I cannot believe that we're like November already. It's just absolutely crazy. And it's that time of year for me where I'm absolutely full of dread because I hate Christmas. Now I haven't got that family Christmas of everybody being together and everybody being under the same roof for dinner. I don't like it at all. Nah. So there you have it. But yeah, so now we're on the countdown. I'm not best pleased, but there you go. Okay, let's get into it. So I don't know where to start. I've got 3 books here in front of me. I've got my spending diary. I've got my notebook where I have my roundup of the month, which might be any additional income from side hustles. And I've got my budget book, because in the back of the budget book, I decided to kind of keep a track of where my money was going in the supermarket. I know it's not completely accurate, so when I've copied things over from receipts, I can see that money-wise there is a little bit of a discrepancy somewhere. So I think maybe you're looking at receipt, the typeface is small. Some things might have got missed, but it is still a really good guide for me. And the point of doing that this month for the first time was just to have a look and see how much I was actually spending on yellow sticker food shopping. So that was the idea. And then I decided to go the whole hog and list everything down into sections just to give me an idea of where my money's going in the supermarket. And I think that would be a great exercise for anybody who is looking to cut down on their grocery shop. And see where your money's going. It's like checking your bank statement when you're preparing a budget, isn't it? Where's your money going? So in that respect, it's been a really useful exercise, and one that I think I will continue, although I don't feel I'll get a very true representation over the next couple of months, because I need to get the food down in the freezer in preparation for trying to pick up Christmas bits with yellow stickers on. So yeah, we may not get a true representation, but I'm still going to do it. Right, so let's start first of all with the spending diary. So the first time that I spent any money, we started the month, the 1st of October was on a Wednesday, and on the Thursday I went out for afternoon tea. I'd been banging on about it for months, hadn't I? Preparing for it in my socialising sinking fund, and I'd paid a deposit already. And my friend and we were paying for our other friend's afternoon tea because it was a special birthday for her. So that's what we were doing. So I can't remember what we'd paid the deposit. I can't remember what the deposit was now. But on the day, the balance for my afternoon tea and half of her afternoon tea was £20.50. So that wasn't too bad at all. It was in a fairly local hotel. I have had afternoon tea there before and do consider it one of the best afternoon teas that I have had in my particular area. Yeah, I'm not talking about if you have afternoon tea at Claridge's, because that's on a different level. And also my friend Sharon and I did have afternoon tea at the Ritz for my 60th birthday. But yeah, that was really nice. But I'm talking local here. Also on that day, I spent £7.15 in Card Factory. So that money would have come from my birthday sinking fund. My birthday sinking fund does include cards as well as presents, so that would have come from there. And then on Saturday, the 4th of October, I started... No, that's not true. I have written on the wrong page. That is not the day that I started to buy my Christmas presents. I think I've got the wrong day in my diary. I think I've done it on the wrong page. Not to worry. We'll go through it anyway. Right, £18.70. Oh no, this was the birthday presents at the beginning of the month. It's because the person whose name is at the top of the list, I've also recently bought their Christmas present. That is what has thrown me. Honestly, I'll never be a professional YouTuber, will I? That's for sure. Right, okay, so we had 3 birthdays in October, family birthdays, my son and 2 of my granddaughters. Okay, so we spent £18.75 on one, £23 on another, £23.99 on another, which was a total of £65.74 out of course, the birthdays sinking fund. So everything is accounted for. And dividing that by 3, it gave me an average spend of £21.91. So that was pretty good. I've got Vinted written down here for £3.43. It's a shame I didn't write next to it what that is for. Now I'm wondering if that was the suede loafers that I got, because I had some balance in there. So I think the balance went towards it, because I had £31 in there, £31.60 or some really strange amount. And I think that could be what that is, the balance that I had to pay towards the shoes. Right, so on to Monday the 6th of October. Gift card for Sainsbury's for £100. Again, if you've been around a while, you will know I do switch up how I do my food shopping money. Sometimes I use cash. Sometimes I buy a gift card from Top Cashback. Under the top gift card section, I buy a £100 gift card for Sainsbury's, and that earns me £2 cashback, and that is sort of instantly payable as well. So that's not an amount that you have to wait whilst it sits in pending until a retailer authorises that yes, you've kept your order, and there have been no returns, and Top Cashback can then make your money payable. So with a gift card, it's instantly payable. So yeah, bought a gift card for Sainsbury's. Then the following day, on the 7th, I unexpectedly bought the November birthday present. There is only one, but my daughter spotted this particular toy for my grandson, who will be 2. And she said, Mum, I know it's early. So this was the Amazon, they did like a Prime Day for 2 days, didn't they? She said, I've seen this. It was going on his birthday list anyway. It's got 34% off. And it's down to £16.04p. I know it's early, but did you want to get it for him because it's a bargain? And I said, yes, I will get it. So I got that, £16.04p. I think it was £16.99, but I had some money from Amazon shopper panel still sitting on my Amazon account. It wasn't much, because now I'm lucky if I get a couple of surveys a month with that Amazon shopper panel. In fact, in October, I got nothing, so I earned not a penny, which we will go on to. Then on Wednesday, the 8th, I spent £4.20 in Costa. On Thursday, the 9th, I bought the bits that I got in Asda, the glass measuring jug for the kitchen, the funnels, and a new sieve, and that was £5.50. My glasses were £80, and I had some unexpected expenses with bus fare at £3 and hospital food, 2 lots of coffee and something to eat, £2.90 and £2.71. Then on Friday the 10th, I spent £10.68 in Boots and £1.29 in Card Factory. And then the following week, on Tuesday the 14th, I had my colour done on my hair and a trim, and that was £60. I had dinner with my friend that evening, and I think for the third time running that we've had dinner out, she has paid. So that was really, really kind of her. Okay, where are we at now? Let's flick over the page. Right. On the 23rd of October, which was a Thursday of the following week, I spent £24 on a Christmas present. Why have I written that? I'm going mad. I withdrew £134 from my top cashback to pay for said Christmas present and others. So I had £134 payable. I've got more money in my top cashback than that, but some of it is pending. So I drew out £134, and the first thing I bought was a Christmas present from Boots for £24. Then also that day I got my YouTube income, and I put £50 of that into my stocks and shares ISA with Trading 212. Then on Monday the 27th, I bought a Christmas present from Vinted, which was £9.29, and I got 2 presents from M&S, which were £39.15. On the following day, on Tuesday the 28th, I went into Boots and I spent £10.25. Of course, I used my Advantage card, and I did this shop in conjunction with a scan to recycle drop, so I got my 500 points. And I bought cotton wool hair protector. And what else did I get in there? It was on last week's video. A packet of Polos to make the money up. Oh, deodorant, that's right. And then on Wednesday the 29th, I spent 79p on Amazon because I had a gift card from Michelle for £10, which again, I will say thank you very, very much to Michelle for that extremely generous gesture. It was so, so kind of you. Thank you so much for that. So I'd ordered coffee pods beforehand because I was out anyway, and the gift card came, and I thought, right, let's get some coffee pods. And then I ordered some cleaning bits with the money for the cupboard, which has now come. I did show a screenshot in last week's video. So the Surf Laundry Liquid, Pledge multi-surface cleaner, and also some floor wipes. Cleaning sheets, floor and multi-surface. 100% dissolvable. Less plastic, ultralight, full cleaning power. 20 sheets. They feel really tiny. So there's got to be some magic going on here. Drop a sheet in a bucket and add up to 5 litres of warm water. Interesting. I'll have to let you know how I get on with those. So yeah, I bought those bits and I paid 79p to top that up. And yeah, 31st of October, I did food bank shop of 25.15. I got 2p dividend on my stocks and shares ISA from JP Morgan. 2 pence. How exciting is that? And also on the 31st, I bought the gift card for this month's food shopping, £100, but I got £4 cash back because they had a special bonus day. So you got £2 bonus. So I got £4, which has become immediately payable. And I spent £11 and 9p in Aldi. So that was that. I mean, I'm quite proud of myself. It sounds like I've bought and spent a lot, but honestly, I really haven't. So, right, on to October roundup. What have we got here? First on the list, I cover the same things every single month. 3 samples. Not good again this month. We got 1 sample of a sachet of cat food. I can put that in the food bank, can't I? And also applied for, this book is in conjunction with the Open University and a new series called Hamza's, something to do with wildlife. But I applied for it because I thought it might be something for the older kids. You know, I have a drawer with some toys in, but everything's sort of based around younger children. But I thought the older girls might be interested in learning a little bit about nature in the UK. So yeah, if it's going for free, I will apply for it. Okay, so that was my free stuff. And then vintage, so not been great. £10 this month, not been great. So, but what can you do? Top cashback throughout the whole month of October, because I started buying Christmas presents now. I've got the £4 from the gift card bought on the 31st of October. And then I've got £1.80 pending. So that's little bits and bobs here and there for the Christmas presents that have been ordered, i.e. Boots, Marks and Spencer's, etc. And then referrals, I had one of my lovely subscribers signed up to Monzo using the link in the description box, and I earned £10 from that. So again, thank you so much. It is really appreciated. Amazon shopper panel, a big fat 0. Now that you can't upload your receipts and get paid for it, I know there is another app out there that you can do the uploading of your receipts called Shopix. I've never been accepted over the years. I've tried and tried, but yeah, I know that is another one. Might be worth a go. Airtime rewards, 43p was earned on one Boots shop. And Boots Advantage card points, 500 points, which is worth a £5 for the one shop that I did in there. So sort of total that's coming in little side hustle bits and pieces was £31.23. Oh. Food shopping. Overspend, of course. We knew it was going to be slightly over, and I don't mind it being slightly over. It's if it started to go up over the like 120, 130, I would start thinking, oh my God, like what the hell. Food shopping, 111.71. So my budget is £100. If you're new here and you don't know, I try. It rarely happens, but in my head, that is, yeah, it's not in my head, it's on paper. My budget every month is £100, but I always go over. YouTube income, which I think again I may have mentioned before, £180.34, £36.06 put away for tax, £27.05 for food bank. I put £50 in my stocks and shares ISA, and £67.23 into my saver. So what was left for me, I didn't split it exactly in half. I just kept it for the round figure of £50 into the stocks and shares ISA. Unexpected expenses for the month. The £8.61 at the hospital. I took the 2 amounts for the food out of my socialising sinking fund, and I took the £3 bus fare out of the transport sinking fund. So although it was unexpected, there was money there to cover it. And then, of course, the November birthday present, which I bought a month earlier than expected. That was an unexpected expense, and it cost me £16.04. Yeah, I had 95p left on my Amazon shopper panel rewards at that point, and also the Asda £5.50. I did not go into Asda to collect my glasses thinking that I was going to spend any money in there, but of course looking around the homeware and knowing that a glass jug was on, a measuring jug was on my home list and has been for a long time, then it seems silly not to get a couple of those really cheap bits that I was super happy with. So, right, that's those two notebooks down and out of the way. And then let's pick up the book that I've started to log the shopping. So bear with me. I'm going to say this is approximate in case I've missed anything, because when I added it all up, it didn't come to the same amount of money as I'd spent. There was a few pounds adrift. So there could be discrepancy here, slightly, but not a lot. So fruit and veg, a total £15.47. Meat, fish and dinners, a full price. This is not yellow sticker, £7.29. That would have included things like the chicken that I bought on a Nectar price for £2.67. The Young's battered cod for £2.62. And there's something else there for £2, but I didn't write down what it was. So £7.29 there. Dairy and eggs, milk. I bought the Lurpak on a really good price. The Cathedral City on a really good price. I bought some cream, £10.99. Tins and sauces. I have got £13.52. I don't know what tins and sauces I bought. The only thing I've written down was the tomato ketchup that I got in Marks and Spencer's. Baking, I've got down just the chocolate that I bought in Marks and Spencer's, because that will be for my sort of date snack. It's not really cooking or baking, but I put it under that category because I won't sit and eat that bar of chocolate. It's not confectionery, really. It will be, I guess, when it's made into something. Okay, tying myself in knots. Drinks, I've got £6.90, so that would be Pepsi Max, tea bags, and I probably haven't put my Amazon shopper panel coffee pods on there because I didn't pay for them, I suppose. Frozen, only £3.60, which is probably peas and some green beans that I bought. Household, that needed changing. The Luro has been written underneath but not added on, which was £1.55. See what I mean? Useless. So that's £3.63. Hand wash, bleach, toilet roll. Nothing under personal because I didn't buy anything personal like toothbrush, shower gel, soap. Didn't buy anything like that in Sainsbury's or on my grocery shopping. So that's empty. And then yellow stickers, I have got £32. Now, please bear in mind that that includes dinners, it includes vegetables when I can get them, it includes fruit when I can get them, and it includes any kind of like bread type item as well. So that could be a loaf of bread, some rolls, sourdough, naan bread, anything like that that I can get. So that does include everything. So I don't think that's too bad at all. And then under sweet snacks and chocolate, I've got £10 and 28p. So mince pies, I bought a pack of picnics, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it was a really good exercise to be able to have a look at the spending. Of course, yes, the yellow stickers is the category where I have spent the most. But as I said, that covers a really large range of things, including obviously puddings, as I said, I forgot to put in, yeah, so bread items, meat, fish dinners, veg, and any sweet treats like chocolate eclairs or a custard tart, something like that. That's on the dairy section. So yeah, it was a good exercise. I need to be a little bit more on top of it going forward and not try and cram it all onto one A4 page, because yeah, that's when it gets messy. So I need to do it again for this month and be a little bit more meticulous with it and make sure that I have got the individual items written down. That way there's no confusion, because I can look at this and see that on £7.06 on the 6th of October, well, what was that? I didn't write down what it was, because it was probably obviously more than one thing and I didn't want to fill the page up. So, but I'm going to do it over 2 pages and I will do that. So how are we doing? 25 minutes. Okay, let's do the sinking funds. Now, I really do need one of those tripods that the cash stuffers use that come somehow or other are over the table so that you can see exactly what I'm writing down. But, you know, we move and we get on with it the best we can. So, guys, again, if you're new here, I have the money that is left to live on each month divided up into sinking funds. And that amount, after bills and the grocery budget has been taken into account, is £187. Now, if you're wondering where the money comes from when I go over on the food budget, I always used to end up taking that out of a sinking fund, like the holiday one, for example. But now I do have a little bit of a buffer in my current account, because back in May, my phone contract came to an end and I'm now SIM only. So that does give me some money left in there, which I really shouldn't have, because I always say I work on the zero-based budgeting method, which means every single penny you've got coming in is given a job to do. And that money isn't given a job to do. It's sitting there as a buffer. And I have no bills coming out after mid-month. So I know what's left in my bank account, and I know that if I go over on the food shopping now, I've got that money there that I can dip into if need be. And if I use all that, then it will go then to a sinking fund situation. Right, so these are the categories that I use that disposable income, you might call it, on each month. So I break it all down. I put it into individual sinking funds for different things. I don't just put that £187 in my purse and live off of it, because I wouldn't know if I was coming or going. I tried it once. It didn't work for me. I need to have the money designated to where it's going to end up going. And also, by having sinking funds, it does mean that in some pots you can see that money grow, which is really good if you're saving for something specific. So your sinking funds might be very different to mine. You might be saving for a house, you might be saving for a wedding, you might be saving for a 3-piece suite, whatever it may be. Everybody's sinking funds, digital pots or cash stuffing envelopes, might have different categories to the ones that I use. And I don't have any annual expenses, so I don't have any insurances to pay for. I don't have a car, so I don't have things like car tax to factor in. But of course, you can have sinking funds for those things as well. It's completely up to you. Now, my first one is hair. I get my hair done usually about every 8 weeks. My hair costs £60 each time, so I put £30 into a sinking fund each month. My next category is self-care, and that for me covers makeup, skincare, body care, and sometimes a few bits that I buy in Savoury comes out of that fund, even though they might be cleaning products. But this month I know that I'm going to need an eyebrow gel. which is probably £10 on its own. I'm going to put £20 in there. Now that brings our total so far of the 187 to 50. But what I'm going to do is exactly what I did last month. It was a recommendation from a subscriber. Oh my God, I got a hole in my cardigan. I didn't know you could see that. This is so old, this cardi, but lovely and warm. Okay, was taking £1 from each to give myself a little bit of money to do a bit of a store cupboard shop. And I'm doing the same thing. So although I'm saying £20 for my self-care, I'm actually going to do 19, and that will give me £1 for a store cupboard shop. My next category is birthdays. So this covers birthday presents, cards for engagement, money and engagement cards, anniversary cards as well. And I'm only going to put £3 in this month because I've already bought the November birthday present that I would have had to buy. I've only got to buy one birthday card as far as I'm aware, unless anything crops up. So I'm going to put £3 in there. So that will bring us to 53. But in actual fact, I'm only going to put £2 in because I only need one birthday card, and I'm going to have £1 for my store cupboard. My next category is socialising. So this would include any meals out, which aren't very often, coffee with friends, you know, lunch with friends, that kind of thing. And this month I'm going to put £20 in there, which will then bring us up to 73. But in actual fact, I'm going to put 19 and keep back 1 for my store cupboard shop. My next category is emergency. Now, it's not an emergency fund in like where they say you need £1,000 for an emergency fund. Yes, you do. And if you can, that's great. But for me, this emergency fund is more for bigger household items should they break or go wrong. So maybe if I needed a new Hoover or a new microwave or something like that. So £20 also into this one. It's going to bring the grand total to 93. But I'm only going to put £19 in there. And then £1 for my stock up shop. The next one is holiday. And I'm going to put £20 in the holiday fund, which brings us then up to 113. But I'm only going to put 19 in really and keep back £1 for a store cupboard shop. Now with holidays, I've mentioned before, but if you're new here, you may not know, I am blessed in the fact that I have a friend who, although she's more here now than out there, she has a place in Kos, which I've been to a couple of times. I've got a friend who's got a house in Spain. I also know somebody who's got a place in the Canary Islands, which they rent out. That hole is really winding me up. They rent out for literally like £35 a night. So I'm lucky that I have got options when it comes to having a holiday on the cheap. So it's not like I'm saving up for a 5-star all-inclusive for 2 weeks at like 1,500 quid. No, we couldn't be doing that. That wouldn't be possible. I've got a glasses sinking fund, but of course nothing's going in there because we've got our glasses now, so nothing needs to go into that one. My next one is transport, and if you're new here, as I've said, I don't run a car. I've never passed my test, but sometimes I have to get the bus. Sometimes I have to get the train, not very often. So we are just going to put £10 into that one, bringing our total to 123. But instead, I'm going to do £9 and put £1 for my stock up shop. The next one is dentist. I had 2 visits at 73.20 this year. We don't want that to happen again. And that's what prompted me to start a dental sinking fund. So that brings us up to 133. But I'm going to make that £9 and take £1 there. My next one is London. I do have 2 days out in London each year, meeting up with my friend Sharon over at the Retirement Edit UK. And we've also got a gig that we're going to. We're going to see Jamiroquai as well. So last year I had a bonus with work. We didn't get one this year, unfortunately. So, yeah, and I bought 2 tickets to go and see Jamiroquai because, well, I love them. I love all music, but yeah, I really like Jamiroquai. And basically, I'd kind of forgotten because my daughter did it on her app. You know, when the whole family's online trying to get tickets, like we were for Oasis for my children anyway, but I was logged on to try and help them get them. And that's what happened. The family were all logged on to help me get Jamiroquai tickets, and my daughter got them. And this was literally as I just had my bonus, and I thought, well, it's money I wouldn't otherwise have had. I really want to go and see them. I'll sort out somebody else coming with me further down the line. And that's basically how those tickets were bought. So we've got our annual, well, we'll say we meet up twice a year usually. Sometimes we've only done it once, other years we've done it 3 times, but on the whole, it's usually twice, and the Jamiroquai gig is in addition to that. So I'm putting £20 in the London, but I'm only going to put 19, and we're going to put £1 for the store cupboard shop. The next one is a fairly new sinking fund. I think I may have started this one last month. And that is POA, Power of Attorney, because I don't have any of those in place. I know how important it is to have them because I had them in place for my mum. So, yeah, that's something that I need to get sorted. So, I'll do them one at a time. I'm not sure whether I will do the financial or the health one first. I don't know, but yeah, we'll make a decision at the time. So that brings me up to 173, but again, I'm only going to put 19 in, and that will give me £1 for the store cupboard shop. And then my final sinking fund is home. So obviously I've got nothing big to buy in the house, but I have got a list of things that I need in the kitchen. Some of which I bought, well, not some of which, because I didn't have a sieve or funnels on my list. I did have the glass measuring jug that I bought in Aldi. No, Asda, not Aldi. And I have got other things on that list. My main priority really is a rug for this room, but I just can't find one cheap enough. We've got Black Friday coming up, so you never know. I might get a bargain somewhere. But anyway, that's the kind of thing that it's for. And at this stage, I've got £14 left out of my 187. But instead, that's going to be 13. And I'm going to take £1 for the store cupboard shop. So that's the £187 that I have left to live on each month, split down into categories. And that gives me £10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, £10 for a store cupboard shop by carving £1 off of most of those. I can't carve £1 off of the hair because I need £60 each time I get it done. But really happy with that. So guys, just to show you what I've done in case anybody wants to grab a screenshot of it. There you have it. You can see all of them there. So time to sit and fill out my budget book for the month ahead. I have some categories that I don't have to fill in. So car and transport, health, because I have a sinking fund for self-care. And then the other one that I don't have anything to put in is pet. Unfortunately, I miss my 2 puggies every single day. So yeah, time to get the budget ready for November. Right guys, so I'm going to say my goodbyes now. I'm going to try and pop on the food bank shop now that I've managed to do. And it came to, no, have I got the right notebook here? I haven't. No. £25 something. The receipt's over on the sofa. And obviously I had said it would be £27.5. So got a couple of pounds to spend. Next time I'm in the supermarket, I'll grab a couple of pounds worth of something or other and pop in the food bank just to make that up a little bit. So I will pop that in now. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions in relation to anything that I've shared today, please do drop it in the comments below. A huge thank you again, as always, to those of you who let the ads run for at least 30 seconds, because that's how a YouTuber gets paid. And that is what enables us to do a food bank donation. So thank you guys so much for that. It is greatly appreciated. And of course, share the channel with any friends that you think might be interested in my content. As I'm sure you've gathered by now, Sundays is usually some kind of money talk. Wednesdays is usually about food shopping and possibly some cooking thrown in there as well. And yeah, we just kind of like chew the cud over how I'm living now and how different it is to my life before I left the marital home. So yeah, if you think that is something somebody you know may be interested in, please share my channel. It would be greatly appreciated. So thank you for your likes, for your comments, for my Amazon voucher from Michelle, for the viewer who signed up to Monzo using my link, which is in the description box. I've still got money pending where one of you signed up for top cashback using my link as well. I think that only becomes payable once that person has earned £10 of payable cashback, but the link is in the description box. All of these things help you to make and save money, and yeah, so we like to share the love on those kinds of things. Nobody's going to say no to free money, right? So I will see you on Wednesday. Take good care. Thank you for watching. Food bank shop coming up now. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Sure. 2 packs of cereal, 2 Fragmental steak and kidney puddings, 2 tins of potatoes, 2 tins of garden peas, 1 pack of the 4 packs of tuna, 2 packets of mackerel fillets, 2 ham, 2 instant mash, 2 peanut butter, 2 chicken paste that goes in sandwiches, and 2 strawberry jams, 25.15.